Good morning, guys. I'm so glad that you guys were able to join me for today's math. And before we get started, as always, I would like for you to take your time and appreciate everything you have and say thank you to your parents and families who are always there to help you. And now let's get started. I hope you guys had a nice weekend. And today we are focusing on Module 4, Lesson 23. We're halfway done in Module 4. And today's objective is decompose the number 7 using 5 group drawings by hiding a part and record each decomposition with a drawing and subtraction equation. So today we will continue to do subtraction with our math story, but we are going to be using 5 group ways to make 7, and we are also going to use our number bond in which we are going to hide one of the parts to figure out what the missing part is. Some of the things you'll be needing are loose leaf paper, something to write with, your math book. You will definitely need your number bond chart and something of the materials, about 6 to 8 pieces. So at this time you may pause the video and gather your materials, and let's continue to application problem. So the application problem is Noah had 7 red balloons and 2 of the balloons popped later. Draw Noah's balloons. How would you show that 2 of them popped in the picture? Can you make a number sentence about your story and try to draw a number bond to go with it? Again, I'll read it. Noah has 7 red balloons and 2 of the balloons popped later. Draw Noah's balloons. How would you show the 2 balloons popped in the picture? Can you draw a number sentence about your story and try to do a number bond to go with it? So there are a couple of parts to this. So the first part is you draw the picture of Noah's balloons. So as you can see, you can draw it like this, or you can draw at this point, you can take out a loose leaf or a notebook or your dry erase board, and we can do this together. So the first step is that we draw the balloons. Second, the story says 2 of the balloons pop. So how would I show that 2 balloons popped? Remember, in any type of problems, it will tell you whether something comes in or something goes away. In this case, 2 of the balloons popped. How would I show it? So let's see, how did Miss Shaima show that 2 balloons popped? I put an X mark on the 2 balloons to show that they have popped. You can erase them if you want, or you can put X marks just like the way I did. So the next part of this problem is, can you make a number sentence with your story? So the number sentence that I thought about was, we initially, or in the beginning, we started off with 7 because the 7 is right here, right? And 2 of them popped. So I put 2 over here. So since 2 of them popped and they're not coming back, we have a subtraction sign, which is right here. So we know 7 take away 2, and then when we have to find answer, we use an equal sign. So 7 minus 2 equals, the number we have is 5. So let's see if we really have 5 balloons left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So looks like the 5 matches with what we have left. So now the last part of the application problem is try to draw a number bond to go along with it. So I'm going to draw a number bond, and remember, I started off with 7, right? So I'm going to make sure I have 7 at the top, and then 2 of them got canceled, or 2 of them popped. So I'm going to cross 2 off to show that 2 popped, which means 7 and 2. The answer is 5, right? So I have to make sure 5. goes in one part. To check your answer, what you can do is, I'm going to draw my hand, right? We can use the balloon picture if you want, but you can also draw your hand. And I have, remember, I need to change the color. I will put blue. So I need 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now 2 of them got canceled. So let's change the color to pink to show that 2 balloons were canceled or popped. So let's see how many fingers do I still have up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how we check our work. So 5 matches with the balloons and in the number bond. That's the way to see if our answer is correct or not. At this time, please put away all of your materials to the side and we'll get started with our lesson. So today's lesson, let's count how many rods are here or how many snap cubes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have a cube or a tower of 7. So now I decided to break it apart, right? I have a tower of 7. I decided to break it apart and I have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like the 5 at the top, and I have 5 at the bottom. So which part is really missing? If this 5 matches with this 5 here, which part am I missing? Can someone please call out and say, since I have a group of 7, I broke it apart and now I only have a group of 5, which part is missing or which part am I hiding? Which part am I still hiding? Can someone please call out? Angel, go ahead, call out, hon. That's correct, Angel. I have 2, right? So I started off with 7, and then when I broke it apart, I ended up with a group of 5. And how many were still sort of missing? Or what came later? A group of 2. Excellent. So now we're going to see if we put it in our number bond. What would that look like? So let's figure out what is the first thing we did. We had 7, right? We had 7 cubes. So the 7 matches the cubes over here. And then I had 2 hidden. Remember, I had 2 hidden. So I canceled 2. And then I ended up, or I was left with a group of 5, right? So I know 5 from the previous application problem. I already know that 5 and 2 gives me 7, and in this part, in this tower of 7, I kept 2 hidden, so the 2 was canceled, or I had an X mark on the 2. So I automatically know that 5 is my answer. Now let's continue. Now at this time, please gather up your material. I need something of 7 pieces that you can find around the house. I'll use my counters like here, and then you can use your material. So let's see how many of the 7s we take away. I have 1, 2, 3, right? So that means that I decided to take away 3 pieces out of 7, right? Initially, I started off with 7 circles, then I took 3 out. Once I took 3 out, let's see how many circles are left. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 circles left. So for your exercise, you started off with 7, and then you decided to put 3 away. I put an X mark on my circle. If you're using things like bottle caps and buttons or anything of like that, you can just put 3 aside. Or if you're drawing a picture like me, you can just put an X on each circle. Let's see what the number sentence would look like. Can someone please tell me what would the number sentence look like for this? Can someone please raise their hand and help me figure out the number sentence that would look like over here? That's correct, Ileana. So the number sentence would look 7, right? Because I have 7 circles all together. And then since I did an X on each, which means takeaway, which I kind of showed with my minus sign. And how many did I take away? I took 3 away. That's correct. And now when we have to find answer, we put equal sign. And when we put an equal sign, we are left with 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4. From last week that I've been saying that, remember, in subtraction, we always start with the big number and the answer is small. So remember, we started off with 7 and at the end, the answer is only 4, right? 4 is smaller than 7. So now we have to put this in a number bond. How would I do that? Who can tell me, or please show me with your fingers, what is the whole look like? Please show me with your finger how many circles did we begin with. That's great, everyone. You guys showed me that I have 7 circles all together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 circles. How many did we take away? What is one of the part? Or how many did I take away? I took 3 away. So I'm going to put 3 first. Since I put 3 X's, right? Or I put 3, I canceled 3. I'm going to put an X on 3 because I took 3 away. So the other part is 4. So I'm going to put 4. So does your number bond matches the number sentence that you did previously? Yes, because you have 7 as a whole and 3 as one of the part which you canceled, you're left with only 4. Let's do another one. This time you can put your materials away and then I will show you multiple ways to subtract a number from 7 and what would that look like. So we have 7 and we took away 1, right? What would the number sentence look like? Can someone please tell me? Navea, please tell me what would the number sentence look like? That's correct, Navea. The number sentence would look like 7 minus 1 equals 6. Now let's start again. We have 7 circles and this time instead of taking 1, we're going to take 2 out. So the number sentence looks like 7 minus 2 equals 5, or 7 take away 2 equals 5. Whichever way you want to say it, it's still correct. Now let's start it off with 7 again, and this time we're going to take out 3. So the number sentence that looks like is 7 minus 3 equals 4. Now we're not going to take out 3 anymore. We're going back to 7, and then we are taking out 4 of them. So the number sentence that matches that is 7 minus 4 equals 3. So we're going back. At this time, I want you to take out, let's do one together. At this time, please take out 7 materials, right? And let's see how many do we take away. So I have 7 materials in hand, and I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I put an X on 5 circles. But you guys take 5 of your materials and put it separate, like put it on the other side. How many materials are you left with? How many circles am I left with? I'm left with 2 circles. So the number sentence, let's write it together. So please take out your dry erase board and a marker, or if you have a pencil and loose leaf paper, please take that out. So the number sentence would look like is 7 minus 5 equal 2, because I started off with 7 and I took 5 because I have 5 circles with X's on it, and then the answer is 2. Would you guys like to try one more together? Let's do one more together. So please bring up all of your 7 materials, put it in front of you. So we're going back to that. We're back to the beginning of 7 circles. And last time we took out 5. This time we're going to take out 6. So I'm going to put X's on 6 of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I started off with 7 and I took 6 away. So please put 6 of your materials to the side. How many materials are you left with? You can call out. I can't hear you. You gotta speak up. I cannot hear you. That's right. We are left with only 1. So the number sentence, please take your time to do your number sentence as I do mine. You can put the materials in a erase board or loose leaf paper, and you can come up with your own number sentence, doing a number sentence that matches my. Looks like 7 minus 6 equals 1. Mine looks like 7 minus 6 equals 1. Please give me a thumbs up if your number sentence matches my number sentence. That's great. You can put the materials aside and let's try to finish up the stories. So now I have 7 counters, right? And I decided to take all of them away. I have 7 counters and I decided to put all of them away. How many do I have? I have none. In English, when there is nothing, we usually use the word nothing or none. But in math, we cannot say none or nothing. In math, we have a number for that. We call it 0. When we have nothing, it means you have 0 in a number format. So we have 7, and then we took 7 away, and then that gives us 0. So let's do our our problem set together. So let me change the color to red, and I'm going to put my name. Remember to put your name and date in both paper, and I'm going to figure out, so I believe today is 27, so I'm going to put 4-27-2020. Make sure you put date on both. If you have the book, please make sure you put dates and name on both, because sometimes when your parents send me pictures, I kind of get confused when there is no name on both page. So please make sure you put name and date on both pages. And this problem set is only for the students who has the math book. Again, this problem set is only for the math students with the math book. Let's read the sentence. It says, say the number sentence, fill in the blanks. Cross out the number, cross out 2 dots. So first thing first, we say the number sentence. The number sentence reads that 7 minus 2 equals blank. 7 minus 2 equal blanks. Cross out the number. So we have to cross out the 2 because remember it says cross, and then later in the math story it says cross out 2 dots. So this 2 dot represent the 2 dots here. So I have 7 minus 2 equals blank. What would the blank be? I started off with 7 dots and I am left with 2. I crossed out 2. How many am I left with? Let's count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put 5 here. And let's reread the number sentence again. 7 minus 2 equals 5. Does this number sentence matches your number bond? Let's take a look. 7 is something we started with, 7 dots. So that's where 7 is our whole. And then one of the part is 2. And looks like in the book, they already crossed off 2 for you. And since the answer is 5, you put 5. So I want you to do in the rest of it by yourself. I want you to do this, 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 and this. This is about 5 problems. I want you to do it by yourself. And just like they put a cross or an X on the number that has been taken away, please make sure on your book you do the same. You cross out the numbers that was told to take away. Please make sure to do the name and the date on top again. And let's move on to the problem set. And this is for the students who does not have the math book. Again, this is for the children who does not have the math book. So I'm going to put the date and my name. And it's similar to what we did in our previous page. It says fill in the number sentence and the number bond and cross out 5 dots. Let's read the number sentence and the number bond first. It says 7 minus, so we already know it's a subtraction problem because we can see the sign. 7 minus blank equals blank. So which means this is the answer. Right? This is the part we're trying to figure out. In the number bond, it says 7 and the 2 parts are missing. They already gave you the whole. It says cross out 5 dots. So I'm going to cross out 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I have 7, then I crossed out 5. How many are still free or how many are still here? 2. So 7 minus, how many did we cross off? We crossed off 5. So 7 minus 5 equals, I still have 2 that is free or I still have it. So what would my number bond look like? Remember, your number bond always has to match your number sentence. So that would look like is 7, which is 7 right here. And one of the part is 5 because I took out 5. I crossed off 5. So I'm going to cross out 5. Then I'm left with 2, right? This is the answer. So your number sentence has to match your number bond. Just like I did, I crossed off 5. So please make the crossing off 5 is to show that we took 5 away in our number bond. You don't have to do that on the box right here if you don't want to. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. It's okay. As long as you show me in the number bond, we're good. So let's look at the shout outs today. And today I would like to give my shout outs to Angel and Jada Lee. I know they've been paying attention to the videos. I also know that they're working very hard in the house for this remote learning. So good job, guys. And with that being said, I'm gonna sign off. But before that, please wash your hands and please stay safe. Try not to go outside. And then what else? Oh, don't forget to do 30 minutes of ELA and 30 minutes of math because I've been noticing some of you guys are not doing your iReady. Please, please, please. It is very important. We talk to you guys every day over phone and some of you guys say that you will do it, but you guys do not. So please make sure you do the work in iReady because we're not in school. So it's very important for us to make sure we are on track for our learning. So for that to happen, I need you guys to do your math work. I need you guys to do your ELA work. I also need you guys to do your foundation. And the lastly, the I ready, which is very, very important. Remember, Miss Maynard, Miss G, and myself, we can see what you guys are doing and what you guys are not doing in I ready, because we can keep a track. With that being said, have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.